Hello, my bright stars in the night sky. I really actually liked doing the angel numbers a lot. And by the way, always check that disclaimer down below. Just entertainment value only. I'm kind of sensing something already. Yeah. I'm your host, Ten, and you're here for Tenebrisgate. Lovely, 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 lovely to meet you all once and all again and everything like that. So I decided to pick random numbers from Google Spinner. Like literally, it's like this little app where it's a wheel and you just click spin, and I let them pick the numbers for me. Okay, 4, 13, 2, and 9. And I did not look beforehand to look at these numbers because I was thinking, myself, I kind of want to do it like let's actually kind of look at it in terms of like initial impressions, because we more often than not, we always have initial impressions when we see a number. I mean, we have so many years of experience with numbers one way or another. Like if you look at 4, right? Square or rectangle or a diamond, right? There's some level of concreteness going on there with stability. I'm even gonna write that a little bit down. Stability, concrete ideas. But then also too, if you look at like the fact that there's 3 different shapes that are, that I'm thinking of, like a trapezoid too, so that's 4, right? 4 different shapes. So even though we have, you may assume that 4 is about thinking in a box, but there's different kinds of box thinking, so technically you can think outside of the box while being in, like, because you're like, well, you know what? Like, I'm going to think like a diamond. I'm going to think like a trapezoid. So you're able to kind of think in a lot of different areas with a lot of different rules or systems. You're actually really creative. And you have this incredible ability to adapt in other systems, which is pretty awesome, by the way. So I guess this might be a challenge message. So just beware, timeless general, just in case something pops up. I am not doing psychic readings. I do not do that right now just because I needed a break. And I need to be able to know for sure I'm going to be okay doing them. We also do have number 13, which I see as a big, big magical number. When I think of 13, I'm thinking about a couple of different things. I'm thinking about new beginnings, but also too magical rhythms. Like, you have this innate gift. You are incredibly lucky. You are also too very connected to what the brain's saying is the void, and not in the void in a bad way, but you're able to connect to some deep stuff that is really, 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 really down somewhere. So you have kind of like a lot of capacity to handle things. You have incredible psychic talents. Moon card is popping up for me a little bit, but not like super much. More like kind of like, I would say it's like in the background there, but it's always there, right? I would say you're a natural born witch, whether blood or just spiritually, you are naturally that. Number 2 is definitely about balance and harmony. I'm gonna write that down. Rhythm. Oh, I put down rhythm. Harmony, man. I like the number 2 because for some reason 2 of Pentacles is popping up in my head. So you are really good with money. You're able to kind of move it around, or it moves spiritually. The divine source moves it around for you, so you don't have to think about it, but it'll come to you naturally. And it's just moving, like, I don't know how to change it, but like it's coming, you're coming into the receiving end of it now, which is cool. And then number 9, which is usually for me, when I see it, my initial impression is like a higher mission, man. Like you have a real big higher mission going on here. But they're not saying exactly what this higher mission is. Now, what we are going to do is, because I have the 9 underneath 13. And my sense is your highest mission has a little bit, for some of you, it's going to be a witchy vibe. But let's do some adding of numbers, because we do have 4 different numbers. So some of you, I feel like, are very concrete thinkers. The mass majority of you, some weird reason, Aries is popping up into my head. Taurus, not that I know much about astrology signs, but it's coming up for me. But you might even be an earth sign. You're stable. You have like that stable energy. All right, so 4 plus 2, we all know, equals 6. So let's do 13 plus 9 equals 28. Let's see, is there any kind of... So they want me to look at the 8 specifically. Yeah. So if you flip 8 to its side, you see the infinity sign. There is definitely a flow to you, a natural rhythm about you. And they're introducing this concept of love being stable. It's one of the most consistent things about you that will ever in your entire life exist. You're consistently a very loving person. Let's add that up to 8, which will be 14 equals 5. So yeah, and then yeah, I'm doing my numbers weird, by the way. So I feel like you're a very highly intuitive person, but I think you're scared of change. There's something about change that frightens you. And I think to help you out with this, try to imagine a better outcome. Like, I know it sounds kooky and weird to be like, oh, because it's like, well, that's not reality. That's not reality, man. But I feel like for you, kind of like, the consistent thing about you is love. That means you're connected to light naturally. And there's a light source that you can connect to. And if you think about light is the highest form of what we could become and are. And so if you are not connecting to a better outcome, to a more positive outcome, then you are also ignoring yourself and you're not loving yourself. And then you're going to go out of balance. Because in order for you to stay in balance, you actually have to love yourself somehow, even if it's just like you practice with. Okay. So for instance, self-care, right? Some of us are really good at brushing our teeth. Some of us, in order to implement self-care, we need to have like makeup, or we need to do foot massages. There's all kinds of different ways we do self-care for ourselves. Some of us, we need to do art. So whatever your self-care, when you do it, remember that this is you blessing yourself with light. So when you put your, like if that stuff that goes on the eye that's supposed to help with minimizing tiredness in your body, or you put salt in your bath, or you put flowers in your bath, or you do your hair up in a nice way, I am putting light into my body. It is in my aura now. And whenever I put light to my body, it's opening myself up. It's opening my pores to something higher. So even if you're struggling to imagine a higher and better outcome, by doing this on a regular basis, you are actually opening yourself up to that better outcome. Because you're saying, I love you in a more direct way. You don't actually have to say, I love you, and focus or worry about self-care. Self-esteem and self-love, because it's just done in a different way. It's done directly versus focusing on the mind. And working on your personal narrative. It's a little different, So we're now at 10 minutes. Sorry, I'm a little congested because the pollen ratio, whatever, is higher. But we're going to kind of wrap up a little bit. I'm going to look at the numbers one more time. I kind of want to make a random number, like a bigger number for you guys. Because I know a lot of us are really into angel numbers and we don't think of, let's see, okay. Let's just imagine though, you, like, for some reason 99 is coming. 999? No, 99. Ooh. Oh, I like that. I don't know why I like that yet. So they're talking about 8, 8, and then 9, 9. And this is what I'm getting the vibe. I think they really like you. Great Spirit's really, he enjoys your presence. And I think he's seen you having a tough time, but he really wants you to recognize that you're this beautiful figure in their mind's eye, which is, in the mind's eye of Great Source. That's probably the center of the universe, because that's their chakra, their root chakra and third eye. I don't know. Butthole of the universe. Sorry. But I would say that you are deeply loved and surrounded by light across time and space. And I think there is this confusion of who you are, but they're not very confused by who you are. They want you to connect to your highest self and your highest purpose. And so they're sending you these signals that you're on the right path, but you don't see it. And so then sometimes you go a different path because you don't really trust yourself. And Divine Source, can you give me some confirmations, or what else can you tell me? Kali's coming through, so let's see what she has to say. Kali, can you help me out, please? 1 minute. My little wicked little ones, look at you. You think you're so bad, but you're not that bad. You're actually pretty amazing. But because I feel like I have to prove to you that you are amazing, that I have this backlog of receipts that you ignore. My proof to you has been there in the ether and in the world all around you, and you just ignore it time and time and time again. And so we're constantly telling you how amazing, how wonderful you are, but you just don't listen, and we're not sure what to do anymore. So all we have to do is switch the page back to remind you that you're this divine source across time and space. And we need you to care about yourself deeply, because you are this beautiful soul full of magic and wonder and great, crazy, wild ideas that we think should come out. And we would expect someone of your greatness and wild beauty to manifest into reality. But you say, I am not as wonderful as you think. And we disagree with you, incredibly so, because you are doing a great error by hiding your beauty and your kindness and your love and your generosity and your fortitude, by lessening who you are, by scrunching yourself up, making yourself so small that you call yourself a speck of dust. But that speck of the dust is on us, in our hand, and our hands are so large, and you're so big in the universe. And so you're not really a speck. You're not dirt. You're not grime. You're not gritty. You're brilliance. You're the night and the light. Stop giving yourself such a fright, my dear one. Just look at yourself in the mirror and you'll see what we're talking about. Straighten up that spine. Hold yourself a little more. Up, 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 and away you go. And so she's saying you are amazing and kind and loving and beautiful. And you need this message to remember that you're going to do something amazing. Sorry, I thought I heard my kid. I just got my heart going. All right, so let's wrap up a little bit. I sense a lot of light, and there's some redness in your aura, like a dark red. I don't know how to describe it. Like it's kind of like a black red, and I think you're dimming your glory. That's what's coming through to me. You're dimming your glory because you lack the confidence, and your throat chakra is on the strained side. So I kind of want to go a little bit more, but I want to avoid long channeled messages because I just don't know. I don't know if I can can we get like a final conclusive message? One final message for the fold. I see a diamond, and it's shining, it's beautiful, it's sparkling, and I think it's like on a necklace, but it's very small, and there's on ear, and it's very there's a phrase that's coming forth. You don't need a lot for a lot to go around. You may think you're small, or you may think that you don't have a lot to offer, but actually it's going to magnify this little, it's going to magnify and be seen and known. And people are going to really catch on to what you're saying. They really enjoy what you have to offer. And it's just, you are going to shine and catch other people's attention. And I would say, I would hesitate in giving in and giving up. I would say keep recalling your shine and allow yourself to reclaim your glory. All right. Love and light, Mary meet, blessed be, amen, to good health. Remember that disclaimer. Like, comment, subscribe. Every little bit counts for this channel, because eventually then I can expand, and when we get to 50 subscribers, I can have a Patreon account where you can see rough draft episodes, or you can see things I'm working on slowly. The goal is by next year, by next fall, if we can get this channel going, and I would love by next year to make this like my main gig. So that's the goal, but I'm going to need your help in doing that. So love and light, Mary me, blessed to be, amen, to good health, and bye.